Hey everyone, grace and peace. This is Charles here for another midweek recharge. And this week I want to talk about unsung heroes. Yeah, those individuals that often don't get the credit that they deserve in the moment. We sometimes look back and reflect, consider the full context, and many times we give credit to individuals for their contributions toward an outcome, an innovation, a success that they might not have gotten in real time. The modern day equivalent to the idea of an unsung hero is this notion of giving everyone their flowers now. You may be familiar with certain celebrations when someone's life, at least on this earth and this plane of existence, has come to an end and they transition as Christians. We really do see that as a time of celebration because it means that you're transitioning from mortal to immortality, from time to infinity. And many times at funeral celebrations there are flowers. And so the expression goes, give me my flowers now while I can enjoy them, as opposed to waiting till after I have gone on. Well, I want to give someone their flowers, even though they have gone on, but an unsung hero of the Old Testament. And that's the great Queen Vashti. Now you may be saying, Vashti, that sounds somewhat familiar, but who's Vashti, Charles? Well, if you remember, Vashti is actually the forerunner, the predecessor to Queen Esther of the Medo-Persian Empire. Esther was a Jewish teenager that entered a de facto beauty contest because the king of Medo-Persia, King Ahasuerus, got an attitude with his queen when she didn't respond to his carnal demands and flaunt her body in front of all his party guests. Vashti declined the king's invitation to subject and objectify herself for his gaze and for the benefit of the male gaze of other individuals in attendance at the king's banquet. And as a result, Queen Vashti was essentially refined or confined to solitary confinement for the rest of her living years in punishment for not coming when the king summoned her. And so as a result of this queen being put away, of course the king had to replace her, and so Esther participates in this contest and is eventually named the new queen of Medo-Persia. And then the story goes on that Esther is used by the Lord to essentially intervene on behalf of the Jewish people and save them from an onslaught that's about to be brought by a wicked conspirer, Haman, who happened to be the king's right-hand man. So you may be more familiar with the story of Esther, but I want to take a second and really highlight Queen Vashti. Vashti became, in effect, the modern-day equivalent of Rosa Parks, in that she decided in that moment, I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up. I'm tired. I've been working all day. There are plenty of other seats behind me. You go sit somewhere else. I'm not getting up. And Vashti decided, for whatever reason, on that particular day, I'm not going to be objectified. I'm not going to be subjected to the trauma and the abuse of at best the male gaze, and potentially a lot worse violations than that. And Vashti decided in that moment enough was enough. And so we're going to give Vashti her flowers because Vashti set the stage for Esther to participate in her own form of protest when she became aware that her people's lives were on the line. We give a lot of credit to Esther for silently and strategically protesting. We don't give nearly enough credit to Vashti for standing up first and vocally saying, enough is enough. So I want you to think about the unsung heroes in your life and give them recognition. Give a shout out to Queen Vashti, who set the stage for women everywhere to say, enough is enough. Let that be your recharge.